Good morning, students. I'm Dr. Himanshu Kanpal, Assistant Professor English, Government MS College for Women, Bikaner. Today we are going to do the detailed study of the poem The Seven Ages of Men by William Shakespeare. Introduction to the poet. William Shakespeare was a renowned English poet, playwright, and actor born in 1564 in Stratford-upon-Avon. Shakespeare is widely regarded as the greatest writer in English language and is often called England's national poet and nicknamed Bard of Avon. He wrote about 38 plays, 154 sonnets, two long narrative poems, and a few other verses. He died on 23rd April 1616 at the age of 52. Introduction to the poem The Seven Ages of Men. The poem Seven Ages of Men is a part of the play As You Like It. All the world's a stage is the phrase, that is the beginning lines of the poem, is the phrase that begins a monologue from William Shakespeare's drama As You Like It, spoken by the melancholy Jacques in Act 2nd, Scene 7th. The speech of Jacques compares the world to a stage and life to a play and catalogues the seven stages of men's life, sometimes refers to as the seven ages of men: infant, schoolboy, lover, soldier, justice, pantaloon, and old age facing imminent death. It is one of the Shakespeare's most frequently quoted passages. In the beginning, now we are going to start the poem. All the world's a stage and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and entrances, and one man in his time plays many parts, his act being seven ages. So, in the beginning lines of the poem, according to William Shakespeare, in this drama of life, each one of us plays seven distinct roles. The author says that it is the seven ages of men. In the poem, Shakespeare compares the entire world to a theatrical stage where all the human beings perform their allotted role given by the god. So, the line, and all the men and women merely players. Every individual has to go through seven acts that are seven stages of men's life. And one man in his time plays many parts, his acts being seven ages. These seven roles begin at birth and end with death. The speaker is talking about life and death. They have their exits and entrances. The speaker is talking about life and death and how they are inevitable. We cannot avoid this. We have to perform our role, the drama of life, and as soon as our time ends, we have to leave the world. Poet makes use of the metaphor and compares the life to the world's stage. The speaker is talking about life and death and how they are inevitable. He says that a man play many parts throughout his lifetime. It means the different roles we play in life as a child, a parent, a sibling, a spouse, etc. Now we are going to talk about the first stage of life which Shakespeare refers to. At first, the infant. Mewling and puking in the nurse's arms. The first stage in this phase of life of man appears as a child in the world. As a child, he is helpless creature dependent upon others. He cries in the arms of his nurse for one reason or the other. Mewling. Mewling means a small weak noise that a cat makes, and puking means being sick and vomiting. He cries and vomits and is completely dependent upon other to take care of him. We move to the second stage of life, and then the whining schoolboy with his satchel and shining morning face creeping like snail unwillingly to school. In the second stage of life, man plays the role of a small boy or child. He holds a satchel, that is school bag, has a shiny face. He goes to the school creeping like a snail. Poet make use of simile, and he compares the movement of the schoolboy to the movement of the snail, creeping like a snail and walks as slowly as he can because he does not like school and is reluctant to leave home. Now we move to the third stage of life, and then the lover, sighing like furnace with a woeful ballad made to his mistress's eyebrow. In the third stage of life, a man plays part of a lover. He grows into a young man full of desires, ambitions, and dreams. He becomes a romantic young man. He falls in love and sighs like a furnace. He falls in love and sighs like a furnace with a woeful ballad. Ballad means a slow love song made to his mistress's eyebrow. Mistress means female lover. Sighs like a furnace. Here, by sighing like a furnace, Shakespeare indicated the phase of life of a person being in love. It is actually a simile used to show the blushing glow of a lover at that phase is bright as the furnace. He begins to write sad poems to his beloved, and he cannot control his sad feelings. This is the third stage of life. Then we move on to the fourth stage of life. Then a soldier full of strange oaths and bearded like the pard. Oath means promises. Pard means a large cat such as leopard. Jealous in honor, sudden and quick in quarrel, seeking the bubble reputation even in the cannon's mouth. The next stage is that of a young soldier. The tender lover slowly transforms into a soldier, and a soldier in the battlefield of life. Soldiers take up strange oaths of allegiance and honor and live by them. The speaker says that a soldier is bearded like a panther. He is courageous and full of vigor with a never back down kind of attitude. They zealously protect their honor and don't hesitate to quarrel in proving their point. They are jealous in honor and quick in quarrel, seeking the bubble reputation even in the cannon's mouth. At this stage of life, honor and reputation are very valuable to them. A bubble is empty. So, by seeking the bubble reputation, Shakespeare means that the man does things that make him look good even if they are pointless. So, it is this stage of life, honor and reputation are very valuable to them, and they will ever prefer death to guard their reputation. Thus, this age is marked with courage and vigor, and is the stage of life when a youth becomes a man. Now we move on to the fifth stage of life, and then the justice in fair round belly with capon lined with eyes severe and beard of formal cut, full of wise sayings and modern instances, and so he plays his part. The fifth stage is the age of justice, a middle aged person. He becomes wise and experienced. His belly is round because of being fat. He had a beard of formal cut to give a professional look. He enjoys prosperity and social status. He becomes very attentive of his looks. He begins to enjoy the finer things of life. The next stage is sixth stage of life. The sixth stage age shifts into the lean and slippered pantaloon with spectacles on the nose and pouch on side. His youthful horse well saved a world too wide for his shrunk shank and his big manly voice, turning again toward childish treble, pipes and whistles in his sound. In the sixth stage of life, the man grows thin in stature. He wears slippers. He looks like a funny old man in his loose clothes. This passage shows a man's age because he needs glasses to read, but he has a money bag on his side which also shows him as successful and comfortable after working his whole life. His legs are skinny and he no longer shows them of Elizabethan style but hangs loose pants on his frame to cover them. His voice, however, is changing from strong and manly back to a childish pitch because of the age. Then comes the seventh and the last stage of life, last scene of all, that ends this strange eventful history, is second childishness and mere oblivion, sun's teeth, sun's eyes, sun's taste, sun's everything. In this final stage, he loses his status and he becomes a non entity. This is the winter season of human life. This is the stage of second childhood. He has lost his teeth, his eyesight, even all the essence of his life. He lives in a state of utter forgetfulness. Nature tries to cut him off from all earthly bondage. Death summons him to go to the eternal world. Finally, a person meets his catastrophe. This is all about the poem The Seven Ages of Men by William Shakespeare. Thank you.